everybody that I grew up around in my family, or everyone that I knew, was very creative. Like my mom and my mother writes, and my father kind of dabbles in everything. You know, he's got this geodesic dome he's been building for 30 years, and he paints and he writes and does all sorts of things. It's just very kind of okay to do art environment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was weird because, you know, of course, going into school, it's like I was immediately in these environments where it was like doing art wasn't as okay. I think by the time that I was really in school and had an idea of self, that it was really going against what was important to me. At the time I was so stubborn that I couldn't see anything, that I couldn't see the value in anything if it wasn't relating to what I was going to be doing with my life. Which now I can go back and see the value in a lot of, you know, it definitely helps to learn about everything to do, you know, if you're going to try to do storytelling at all. I've talked before about how I made the decision really early in life kind of to latch myself onto comics, and it's been such a part of my identity that I never quite had time to really think about it when it wasn't already who I was. But I mean, I've realized that when I'm drawing something, I get bored really easily if I can't attach a story to it. So I think that's a big part of comics. I rework stuff and get to this point where I feel like the structure is solid, and then I want to be comfortable enough where I'll just kind of mess around and throw random things in there. Something I like a lot is like recently I've been hand lettering, and I really like how final it is once you write something down, and I try not to change it once it's scanned. It kind of forces you to, even the choice of words you use when you're hand lettering is different than if you're lettering stuff on a computer, because, you know, it'd just be like this you know, this combination of words doesn't look right in the balloon. A lot of my sketchbook is just me kind of redrawing photos and doing kind of fan art of things to really, it's kind of like my practice book to keep my drawings, to kind of get used to drawing. So I'll do lots of, like, I'll go outside in the corner and just like draw buildings for a while. I think a lot of it's kind of going back to the reasons that I started doing art, where I would just see something really cool and want to emulate that. And so I don't want to ever kind of lose that feeling of, you know, here's an awesome, you know, dirty pair comic or whatever, and trying to recreate that. Because I'm very aware that that's how I learned to draw, was by imitating people. Oh, my girlfriend refers to it as, she always says, it must be so nice to have a book full of all of these, you know, drawings of women with their pants off. You know, and it is nice.
It is nice.
I think I have very kind of segment how I draw out. Like I always start with the eyes. It's all, you know, based on kind of figuring out how to draw when I was a kid. So I have all these systems of ruling things out, like I start with the eyes usually, and then there's that thing where there's a space about an eye's length between the eyes, and then I'll give like an eye and a half down to the nose. Just I have a lot of little systems to measure things, like how the eye is the center in the head, or how the length of your forearm will be the same length as your foot. I have lots of like little systems, so it allows you to kind of blow something up really big or draw it really small and keep the same proportions. That one specifically, I was thinking I'm just gonna do a stupid picture of a teenage girl, so I started drawing a raccoon in a car, and then realized that I wasn't taking up much of the paper, so I went and drew a stupid teenage girl's head. Stupid teenage girl.